guys, welcome back. My name is Lynn. I'm going to be doing a Q&A today. So, if you are new here, I am Lynette Yoder, and I'm married to Nick, and we have 2 little boys. Now, I asked you guys on Instagram if you have any questions for me, and I'll just kind of put them all in one video. And I get some questions quite a bit in the comments, and I thought this would be a good place to maybe just address a couple of them because I did get asked these in the questions as well. So thank you all for participating. If you aren't following me on Instagram, go ahead and go on over there and follow me there, because I do some more like behind the scenes stuff that you can, see in between videos and stuff. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to try and get into the questions and keep them as short as possible because it can very well be a pretty long video. So here goes. So the first question is from Kristen's Chaotic Life. She asks me, how long have you lived in your home? How long have you known Nick? What or who got you started on YouTube? All right, so how long have we lived in our home? We've lived here almost 4 years. And then how long have I known Nick? I think I was around 16 when I first got to know him, and I'm almost 29, so that means that's about, 13 years, give or take, and we've been married a little over 6 years of that time. And then what or who got you started on YouTube? This one I think I answered kind of on my last Q&A. I don't know if it was anything just specifically. I've been doing a little over a year now at this point. I have been watching YouTube for a really long time, and I always thought about doing it, but I always thought, I don't know what I'd put on. I just think it might be boring because I'm normally just a stay-at-home mom, which is not just, I guess. But anyways, here I am today. I'm super excited with everything. I don't know if it was necessarily just one thing or another that made me decide. It was just probably watching some people and thinking that, hey, I can do that too. So I don't know if that's a good answer or not. The Tompkins Mama asks, if you could travel outside the country, where would you want to go? I know you said you loved big cities. Yes, I do love big cities, and my husband does as well. We're just, I don't know, I guess we're fascinated with all the buildings and the architecture and stuff. I would say at the top of my bucket list is Venice. I really, really want to go to Venice someday, and I don't know, it just looks like such a beautiful city, and history and everything, and just, I don't know, that's on the top of my list. I just love to travel in general, and there's a lot of places here in the US that I really want to see as well. San Francisco is another one of my top cities, like Portland, Oregon, and Seattle. I would love to just go on a long trip or multiple trips and just see more of the world. Nolt Courtney, I'll read part of the question. Do you do a budget for all your decor and stuff? It seems like you're always up with the new trends and stuff, and sometimes those things aren't cheap. LOL, I'm just curious. I totally understand. Yes, we do budget. We are definitely on a budget, and that's another question that was asked, if that goes against our beliefs or how I feel about it or something. So I'll just answer that in here as well. I am very much a supporter of being on a budget. I don't know where we'd be if we wouldn't have one. So as far as my decor stuff, yes, generally that is what I do. I tend to make sure I have the money. I'm not going to go buy something necessarily if I don't have the money for it. I feel that's very important. And sometimes I'll have like extra cash I'll save up, or like even this YouTube and stuff has helped me just be able to maybe use a little bit more for myself. And we have like a blow category as far as like our own personal money. So I'll, save up for it if I need to. But I'm one of those who's always looking for deals when it comes to decor and stuff. I don't know, I don't enjoy paying full price for anything. Not saying that I don't, if it's what I really want. I'm learning to kind of see what's important, I guess, to me or whatever. So I don't know if that makes sense. But ADB8109, what are some tips for entertaining your boys while you do a declutter or a deep clean? That's a good question. I don't know that I have a specific answer for that, really. I guess I try and have something that they can do as far as just toys and stuff. I would say maybe if you have something that you've put away for a while that would be kind of new for them, that might help keep them entertained. But I'm not opposed to letting them watch something if I really have to get something done, or if I'm just seeing that, you know, it's taking way too long type of thing. Or I try to do things if they're napping or whatnot. But generally I just try and make sure they have something to do. Beth Pierce, 84, asks, what are your favorite videos to film? Day in the life, cleaning, decorating, cooking, etc. I would say probably my decorating ones, or like my home projects, things that I'm redoing, organizing videos probably. Those are probably my favorite ones, just because that's what I enjoy doing and I enjoy watching those from other people. So those are probably some of my favorite ones. Okay, Nikki from Carrie Grace asked these questions. What is your current favorite color to wear? That's a good question. I still really love olive right now, but I also have quite a few different shades of blue in my closet. I don't know. I don't necessarily just have a specific favorite color right now. And then, how would you define your home decor style? You tell me. I don't really know. I appreciate so many different styles. I appreciate the modern look, like the industrial look. I love the farmhouse style. I don't know if I would do completely farmhouse if I had to choose. I know that I have quite a bit of like traditional elements going as well, so I feel like for me, my house is not exactly the way I would pick it if I could start over, so I honestly don't really know what my exact style is, and that might sound weird, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of a classic, modern, I don't know. I'm not sure. So it's kind of, yeah, I could use some tips, and I think that I need to try and kind of like define my style a little bit more. So Javen's wifey asks, what is belief on debt and budgeting? I did answer the budgeting in the other question. As far as debt goes, I hate it. Personally, I do not like debt. Okay, next question is from Satina Country Cottage, and she asks, I would love to know if you're planning to homeschool or if there are Mennonite schools. Also would love to hear more about your faith. Okay, no, I'm not planning to homeschool. I don't know if I don't know if I'm cut out for that. But as of where we are right now, we have our own private school, like our church school, and that's where I attended most of my school years. So we are definitely blessed to have that. And then also would love to hear more about your faith. Okay, that is going to tie in with another question. Melmix727 asks, hi, since you asked for questions, I am a new follower and you probably missed when you explained your faith in your headdress and the dress you wear sometimes. She says, I'm a Presbyterian Christian living in South Carolina, so I'm not too familiar, but I think we are more alike than different, and it seems you believe in the Bible as I do. Okay, so I'll try and keep this as simple as I can. I get asked the question about my veil and stuff quite a bit in comments and stuff, so I don't know how many of you guys see those, but I'll try and answer it on here. That way it's just kind of out there. For those of you who do not know, I'm a Mennonite, but being Mennonite is not a religion. A lot of people may confuse it with that. They think that it's a religion all of its own, whereas it's more of a lifestyle, I guess. But basically, we are Bible-believing, born-again Christians, or I am, and I believe that Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and that he's the Son of God, and that I am a sinner saved by grace, and I'm just really thankful for that. It's not because of anything that I've done. It's not anything that I do on a daily basis. I fail and mess up, and Jesus is there to forgive me of those sins, and I want to try and live as faithfully as I can. And going with the veiling thing, we get this principle from 1 Corinthians 11, where it talks about women having their heads covered when they're praying or prophesying. There's more on that, but if you are interested in reading that whole passage, I'm not going to take the time to read it on here, but you can go ahead and find it there in 1 Corinthians 11. It's Paul's teachings, and it just talks about it in there, and it's just a principle that I believe in. I just try to follow as closely as I can, and I'm in no way judging anyone who doesn't feel the same way. I just feel like it's important for people to have their own convictions, and yeah, I feel like we try to follow the Bible as closely as we can and try to live it out in the way that we see best. And I think that, yeah, that decision needs to be made by everyone, just for their own. There's going to be a lot of different interpretations and stuff, so that is just how we believe, and hopefully that's not an offense to anyone. The question was asked, and I just wanted to answer it honestly, and this is how I feel about it. Okay, so the next question comes from Lacey D. Green. I'm struggling with finding my decorating style and would love to know how you put things together. That's a hard one. I use Pinterest a lot, and I would probably, if you really don't know where to start, or if you're just lacking inspiration, I would say just start pinning away on Pinterest. And I think maybe you could kind of see like a theme of what you're pinning by looking at the whole board then, if that makes sense. I know that sometimes I get this idea in my mind about something I'd like to do, but I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it. So then I'll start browsing, and all of a sudden something will kind of like click and be like, yeah, I like that. That's what I want to do. And I would say, yeah, Pinterest is a very big tool in helping me in that way. So from Elizabeth Ann 03, she said, "Hi Lynn, I've been loving your videos. There's a Mennonite church in my town, so it's interesting to know more about Mennonites. For your Q&A, my question is, I know television is against Mennonite practices, but if internet and YouTube is allowed, can you use Netflix, or is that too close to television?" I'm not going to speak for everyone because, churches are all different and convictions are different and whatnot. So, yeah, obviously, we don't have cable personally. And, yeah, since we do have internet and YouTube, there is also Netflix. We personally have Netflix, but I'm not saying that everyone does. So, yeah, that's just me personally. Okay, and I think I'm going to answer this last question. It is from Bridget Ann Bess. "Hi, I've been following you for a few months now and look forward to watching your videos. I'm a graduate student full-time and also working part-time. I was wondering how you stay close to God. I go to church, I have a prayer binder I use regularly, and I also do devotionals and Bible journaling regularly. However, sometimes I feel like I'm trying so hard to do all the right things that I miss out on God in other parts of my daily life. You're a great role model. Glad I found your channel." So I don't even know if I have an answer for this because, girl, I am right there with you, seriously. And I feel like this is something that can happen really easily for those of us, maybe especially who have been brought up in a good Christian home, and I'm really thankful for that. Don't get me wrong. But I think that sometimes it's easy for me anyway, to fall into like just a routine. I personally like to get up in the morning and try to have my devotions. I don't always get it done. Depends on the children kind of. But it's easy to just kind of fall into a routine of just, well, I need to do this because this is just what we do and that's what Christians do and I go to church and yada yada. If my relationship with God is suffering or I feel like something's lacking or whatever, it is probably my fault. I know that I can do so much better in spending more time in prayer and just digging in, and reading the scriptures. I feel like it just kind of becomes a habit. Like, I'll read the Bible and stuff, but sometimes it's hard to dig in and make myself actually, glean from it and actually put it to practice sometimes because it's just so part of me. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I know that if I want my relationship to improve with God and to grow closer, it's going to be up to me, I think. It could have to do with the things that we're involved in. It could have to do with things we're watching or just being too busy. All of these things can just factor in, I think. And it's just important for us to, I guess, search ourselves and really pray about it. So, yeah, I just encourage y'all to pray for me, pray for her. And I think that we can together encourage each other and just kind of build each other up, because this is something that I feel like is probably not just something that is with just a few people. I think that this can be a struggle for a lot of people. So I don't know if that really helped, but I am right there with you. I don't necessarily have any answers besides the fact that it's going to be up to me to try and improve that. So, I think that covers the Q&A. I have no idea how long this is going to be, but I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope that you all got to know me a little bit better, and I would love to interact with you in the comments, so be sure and just comment away, and if you all have any other questions or whatever, let me know, and I'll try and do my best to answer them. Hope you all enjoyed watching. If you're new here, I'd love to have you subscribe and join my channel. So I will see you all next week. Have a blessed week, guys. Bye.